Peace and Black Power, family. Turn this music down. Once again, peace and Black Power, family. Y'all know what it is. This is your brother and comrade Floyd Williams. Little message, dealing with the prototype and originality in honor for our glorious ancestors, right? This ain't gonna be no long video. I ain't got to pull out no books and everything else for this, because truth is truth and facts is facts. And when things is looked at and in order, dealing with chronology, it speaks for itself. With me, it's Africa or nothing. Africa or nothing. I don't give a damn about no other country outside of it. Especially Israel. It doesn't matter. It's not a factor. It's a desert. Just like Arabia, it's a desert. They call it, some of those places, they look at it as the bread basket and or cradle of civilization, which is all a lie. Even in the book of Genesis or genes, right? Or genes, gene ISIS. You have that in the word Genesis, gene ISIS. Genesis. But anyway, in the book dealing with the genes, supposedly. Even in there, when it opens up, the book opens up in Africa, the rivers that are flowing, such as Havilah, right? And the other ones that they name, it's African, right? So I'm not no Israelite. I'm not no Hebrew. If anything, I'd be a Cushite. I'd be a Rawite. Anything but that, because even dealing with basic Bible chronology in the beginning of Genesis, Israel or Hebrew, right, is non-existent at this time period. It's non-existent, okay? Because the first Hebrew dealing with the Bible, Genesis, is Abraham. And if I stand correct or recollect rightly, you'll find that in Genesis chapter 12. The first one is Abraham, okay? And Abraham is reportedly, okay, the patriarch, okay, of the 12 tribes, including, okay, Jacob, which would be looked at as his progeny. So now we are millenniums on millenniums down the timeline, okay, till there actually would be Israel, or what you would look at as anything as dealing with a Hebrew. This shit is non-existent, okay? It's no more than a concept and an idea from a man's mind and from a people who are trying to write themselves into history and steal the glory, okay, and the gene and the genesis and genes of Africa, okay, trying to write themselves into history, stealing our history, our civilizations, okay, and our anthropology, dealing with what they love to refer to as the beginning of man. That's it. That's it. Okay? You have other so-called scholars and theologians, okay, dealing with the biblical theology, who is very widely respected, okay, and was prominent and still is venerated, such as James Light and Bishop Usher, who takes the Genesis creation story to 4004 BC. And at this time period, 4004 BC, the African civilization, pyramids, everything else that is used to build a nation and to build a world was already long running, established, and erected and perfected. Okay, Abraham comes about, they say about the 17th century, which is approximately 1600, along up in there. So Hebrew and Israelite, no more than a concept and idea, is fake, it's bogus, and it's not real. It's fictional. The characters in the Bible are not real. They are fictional. Yes, and principles, right? The principles of the book are African in principle, but the characters are fake. And propagating that is just like propagating the Easter Bunny. The shit is just not real. Point blank. That's what it is. And our ancestor, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, called the Bible the graveyard. He called it the graveyard of the Holy Black Family. And that's what it is. It's the graveyard of the Holy Black Family. The Bible was a book, and even the Bible itself is named after a black god. Even the word Bible itself is named after a black goddess and named after a black woman. The word Bible is Latin. It's not Hebrew. The word Bible is Latin. It's not of Hebrew etymology. When you get into breaking down the roots of it, it takes you back to Greek, okay, dealing with Biblia, okay, and Byblos, okay, and Byblos was a Phoenician seaport that was famous for papyrus, okay, manufacturing, importing, and exporting papyrus, which is African, okay, and the name for papyrus, the scientific name is cyperus, okay. But anyways, the city Byblos is connected to Biblia, and Biblia was a black goddess, okay, and according to history, that was kidnapped by Zeus and brought over there to Europe, okay, and they had a seed, okay, or a seed or some offspring, okay, dealing with Cadmus, okay, Cadmus, which would be the equivalent of Tahuti, okay, supposed to be dealing with the word, scripture, knowledge, wisdom, okay, science, and all of that. Cadmus or Cadmus, which would be Tahuti, or what the Greeks love to call Thoth, all right. Then they had, that's a long name, I know I'm going to butcher it. They had another seed. They call it Rahamanus. But anyway, Rodheim Madness, you can look, you can find it. You ain't gotta do nothing but a little 30-second search. Rodheim Madness, whatever the name was, and he's the god of the underworld. Okay, which is no more than the telling of a story of Osiris, the world's first crucified savior. Okay, who became the god or lord of the underworld. Okay, god of the perfect black. Okay, and it's later on uh, transformed, becomes Heru or Horus. Heru, Horus, Osiris, Osiris is all the same. Okay, and Horus is Christ. Heru is Christ. So even dealing with Israelite and Hebrew Israelite, you're stuck believing in Jesus Christ, who is not real, who is nothing but Heru or Horus. Okay, Osar and Osiris, or Heru and Horus, is all the same, but it's only dealing with and representing the transformation of the life form or energy to the state of eternity or immortality, returning to that which it came, or just showing the oneness of the life force that makes up the person, which pervades the universe. Okay, showing the oneness of spirit and continuity, which is why Asar or Osiris or Heru and Horus is one and the same. Okay, but you still stuck believing in another fictional character, Jesus Christ, Yahshua. Okay, no J in the Hebrew. Okay, which didn't come about until the 16th century, which is the 1500s. Okay, so now nobody had the damn Bible. Nobody had that damn Bible throughout history until what was called the Gutenberg Press. And the Gutenberg Press was done in the 1500s, and that's when the Bible was first went to print. But prior to that, this wicked lie book, okay, filled with nothing, the stolen legacy, the Bible, nobody had it because you didn't have the printing press then, okay? And even then, the few so-called scrolls or text or that they did have, which supposed to be in the Bible, only the few had it. Okay, Europe was illiterate. They were not about no scholarship. Okay, Europe was illiterate, filthy, backwards. Okay, nasty, dark, and everything else. Nobody had that Bible. Only those who was looked at as priests, only those who was priests, and not all priests, only priests, okay, had that book. That's it. The masses did not have that book because they was illiterate, and it damn sure was not in Africa. We didn't have that. We did not know of nothing that was called the Bible. Okay? And they did not even start doing mass. The Catholics did not even start doing mass in English until so late down the damn timeline. They did it in Latin. And most people didn't even understand Latin. They were just sitting there listening to an unintelligible language, not knowing what's going on, what is being said, no understanding of the rights or the book or what was being espoused or given to them. Nobody had that damn book. The Europeans didn't even have that damn book. So you know the Africans did not have that damn book. Okay, the Bible was whipped on us and put on us during slavery. Period, point blank. I'm not no Hebrew. I'm not no Israelite. Okay, my flag is red, black, and green. Okay, the Star of David is not only the Star of David, it's the Star of the Rothschild. It's the Star of the Rothschilds because they came up with that. Point blank. So no, I would pay no honor to that. Okay, at all. You know, and this is not taking shots at no one particular person, but hey, I'm gonna stand on my truth. You know, but since I made a little post, shared a post from a brother on Facebook, I done got several people in my inbox, you know, wanting to share information with me or enlighten me. Okay, but on that, there's no bending or folding on that. I deal with chronology. I deal with chronology, not emotions, not subjectivity, but objectivity. Okay, and A come before Z. Okay, zero before one, etc. All right. Uh. Okay. So that is this is what it is. It was introduced to us during slavery. If that Bible, what is looked at as the Bible, was prevalent in Africa, or it originally was our book, the so-called slave master, the white man, or the devil would not reintroduce that book back to us. Okay, because you cannot use a people's book that is their own. Okay, that is their own to enslave them. Because a person's book, as such as the Bible, right, which would be the center of a person's life, right, and from this will come your confidence, will come your spirit, your self-esteem, okay, your culture, okay, and everything else. And all of these things, when it is originally yours, it edifies you, it fortifies you, it lifts you up, and it protects you. Okay, and so you would be on top. You would be on top. So no way in hell did the man enslave us and then re-give us back a book that originally was indigenous to us and was our book prior to the meeting and or encounter with him. That's just common sense right there. He would not reintroduce and give us a book that speaks that originally was an indigenous to us to enslave us, because readily when the book was given to us, a person's memory, okay, and inside of their DNA, it would become activated, right? Just like Nat Turner, when he got that book, it activated him. It moved him, and it said, this isn't it. But it wasn't that book that moved him, right? But I'm just saying, though, it would be the same case. It would be that is what would be the case. That is what would happen. You would have that type of connection. That man will not reintroduce no book back to us that originally was indigenous to us. Okay, and will awaken that warrior spirit in us. So that right there is enough to let you know, to suffice and say it's BS. That's what it is. It's BS point blank. But other than that, family, be easy. Whatever it is you want to be it. You know, to you be your way, to me mine. I'm honoring nothing but Africa, and that's it. I'm African, and point blank, that's it. I'm not no Israelite. I'm not no Hebrew. Okay. Uh, so, like I pointed out, looking at the Genesis story, the Gen Isis story, you know, the book of James story, okay? Long before Abraham, long before Jacob, long before Adam and Eve dealing with that creation story, Africans had already moved on out of Africa and populated the whole damn planet. Point blank. Point blank. Okay? Point blank. We did that. Okay? They even have a figure out there they call the Grimaldi man. Okay, what they found in the area of France, uh, what they call Agrinatian. Okay, Agrinatian and gravitation. All right, and they place it at 25,000 years old, 25,000 years BC. Okay, that's way before 4004 BC. That's way before this biblical Adam and Eve. Okay, way before uh Shem, Ham, and Japheth, which they say supposed to went here and there, did this, but we already done that. We populated this damn planet already. Okay, and they placed that at 25,000 BC. Okay, and then you have which is called mitochondrial Eve. Okay, which they try to say one common ancestor, the mother of all right. Okay, and they take her back to 250,000 years old. Okay, and mitochondrial Eve, mitochondrial DNA is passed down from woman to woman or mother to daughter. Okay, the black woman is God. Point blank. Africa is God. Okay, that's what it is. So everything else, I don't care about it. I don't even pay attention to a lot of this stuff. The graveyard of the people dealing with the Bible, I done been through it. I don't even deal with it. Yes, it's some good history in there. But outside of that, I don't deal with it. I don't even watch a lot of the Hebrews and the Israelite debates. I don't do it. It's not relevant to me. Don't have any meat for me. I'm on meat, not milk. You know, and in that so-called spiritual or knowledge realm. Even though I'm vegetarian in real life. You understand what I'm saying, though, family? It is what it is. Love to everybody out there, and and Black Power. Thanks to everybody who have supported me, rather it's through words, you know, word of encouragement, or even physically supported me through getting the books of mine, which is the books of ours, the Holy Black Papyrus, the Origin of Racism, and Unspoken Truth. Love, family.